Hello my beautiful little bumblebees. Today we are going to be playing around with a new product that I picked up. As you can tell by the title, I picked up the Physicians Formula Butter Collection in collaboration with the Casey Holmes, I guess that makes sense. Literally an entire face in here, so I figured we should try it out together. I haven't even like pulled this off or swatched anything, so this could be interesting. What I'm really excited to do is smell this perfume first of all. It smells exactly how I want to smell during the summertime. Like coconutty, vanilla-y. Even if you buy this whole thing just for this, it would be worth it, because here's the thing. This whole thing is only $19.99 at Ulta. I don't know that you can get it anywhere else except Ulta. I think it's an Ulta exclusive if I remember on the sign. So $19.99 for, you get a full pan of the butter bronzer. This is a butter blush in Copper Cabana, and this is a butter highlighter. It seems to be made by her, or specifically for this collection. It's called Just Beachy. And then you get 4 eyeshadows in the butter formula, and you also get that perfume and this lip butter. $19.99 is not a bad price at all. So I'm super excited to try this out, but before we get going, I did want to say my full base is already done. I am doing a review wear test, first impressions, on a foundation, and that will be up next, I believe. I think I'm gonna do this one first and then have that one up next. If you want to know what foundation this is, then you can go and check out that video. I'll have it linked down below once it comes out, but like I said, it'll be up next. So that being said, let's just play with this. I'm excited to play. I have not really played with makeup in quite a while, especially not on my channel. There's not like a ton of options to do with these eyeshadows, but you know what? We're gonna play. First, I'm gonna swatch them. So the first swatch is of the deep bronzer. Ooh, super creamy. I have not tried any of the butter products. That's actually why I purchased this. This is, oh, that's already, and that's a foundation that I swatched when I was at Ulta earlier. Obviously not my color. So we'll start here. This is the bronzer. Looks pretty intimidating for my light skin, and it is in deep, so hopefully this will work out okay, but it is a pretty chocolate tea color. Next is the butter blush in Copper Cabana, just as smooth, just as pigmented. Without a doubt, I'm gonna have to be careful with these things for sure. Ooh, that just like melted on my finger. This is Just Beachy, the highlight. Looks really pretty. All right, moving on to the eyeshadows is Do Not Disturb. Cream color. Next to, nice and pigmented. And we've got No Filter. Tropic Like It's Hot. See what you did there. Holy moly. That is pigmented. Palms, palms. Cool, so those are all of the colors in here. Bronzer, blush, shadows, highlight. And I'm going to swatch Muru Butter lip balm, or lip cream. Oh, it's very hydrating feeling. Very like buildable, definitely like a lip balm. And then like I said, this smells amazing. So I mean, already it's just an amazing price for what you get. Super excited to play with these. So all of those swatched, let's just dive on in and play. I did set my cheek area just to give it a fair chance, because this foundation did still feel a little bit tacky where I would be blending bronzer. So I did set that cheek area, so it should be nice and fair for this bronzer. everyone's obsessed with the butter bronzer. I don't know how you can go wrong, but hopefully this is not too deep for me. Okay, yeah, so it's pigmented, but like not like in an unbearable way, but keep in mind I was careful that first time I dipped into it. It's very warm without being too orangey, but it's not ashy. I do really like the tone of this. I was worried because it was called deep bronzer, but it looks really natural. I am gonna use my regular bronzer brush just because I want to know how it performs with that. So it looks very, very natural and very sun-kissed, which is what I was looking for. I feel like Hoola just isn't right for my skin tone in terms of making it look like bronzer. I feel like, I don't know, this just looks very naturally sun-kissed kind of. Alright, moving right along, let's go for the blush. This one I don't want to go in way too heavy, so, oh yeah, see? I didn't even like dip in very much. Wow, okay. Okay, that's the blush and bronzer together. Not a fan of the blush, I will say. Just to kind of calm it down, what do I want to go in with here? I'm going to go in with just some face powder. This is just the Wet n Wild pressed powder, just to try to diffuse this, calm it down a little bit. There we go. That looks a little better. It's still a lot. That was, I didn't even hardly tap in the color, so maybe it's just not the right color for my skin, which is understandable. I mean, I'm very pale. All right, moving right along to the highlighter. This looks like it has chunks in it, so I know that a lot of people probably won't like this. Okay, do you see how chunky it looks? And it looks like it's emphasizing texture, which I don't really have texture, so that's saying a lot. That's okay. The bronzer's good, which is like the most important thing, I think, because that's what I originally bought it for. I had recommendations to try the butter bronzer because everyone's obsessed with it. Blush is just probably not right color for my skin tone. That's totally fine. I'm sure it would look better on darker skin. But the highlight's just so chunky and just not very flattering on the skin. Alrighty, that's okay. Moving along. So for the eyeshadow colors, they are very pretty. I don't see a transition color that I'm really wanting to dip into. I'm gonna throw a transition color in my crease just to kind of diffuse some things. So I'm gonna grab my Sweet Peach palette and go in with Puree. Just went from white to like a really deep brownish red, and I didn't want to go straight into that. Sigma 840, and taking the first color called No Filter. Like I said, it's very dark, so going straight into this kind of freaked me out, but got that transition shade down, so blends very, very easily. Going to take a different blending brush with that same color and go a little more directly in the crease. Different brushes with the same color will give you different looks. Using your resources. I guess I could have used the butter bronzer as a transition shade. But now that I've thought of it, I am going to throw that in here just to add a little more brown. So this is Tropic Like It's Hot. So we were using that one, just moving into the more red shade. I will say reds are very, very hard to formulate, and this one is super pigmented while being super creamy. Sorry if anything changed. My camera just stopped recording for some reason and I had to fix it. I'm gonna grab a shader brush here, and then I'm gonna take a spritzer. This is just the Badescu cucumber and aloe spray. I'm gonna spritz my brush so it's nice and wet, and then I'm gonna dip into the highlighter. Put that all over my lid. Okay, so this is what we've got for the eyes so far. I feel like this camera just doesn't show makeup very well. I'm gonna dip into No Filter with my E40 again and just blend everything out a little more. Then I'm gonna grab the highlighter and put it on the inner corners of my eyes. And then I'm going to dip into Do Not Disturb and put that on my brow bone. Hello, I am back. My camera overheated, so while it was cooling down, I did my lashes, liner, I think that's it. But we still have one more thing to do from this collection, and that is apply the lip product. So this is the Maru Butter Lip. Let's just try this out. Oh, my lashes, by the way, are the Natural Impact lashes from Makeup Forever. Ooh, it's super creamy. It's super hydrating. I really like this so far. So overall, this collection, like I said, it's $19.99. If you have darker skin than I do, I'm sure the blush will look amazing on you. It looks much better with everything all on now, but it looked a little scary at first. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. I really like it so far. The bronzer, even being a deep bronzer, looks really good on my skin. Everything blended out beautifully and was super pigmented. I just didn't use the green one because, like I said, I don't get it. But other than that, I did really like this. So yeah, that was my little review and demo of the Casey Holmes collab with Physicians Formula Butter collection. If you have an Ulta near you, definitely go and pick this up because it's a steal for being, for $19.99. What a steal. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I will see you all in my next video, and in the meantime, make sure to spread some positivity. Bye guys.